This stream is all about the hurricane season, the 2025 hurricane season, which does not begin, of course, until June 1. But a precursor to the hurricanes, it's an annual tradition always this time of year. Our friends at Colorado State University, they have a team of meteorologists who specialize in just this kind of forecasting the hurricane season. It's one of those kind of rites of passage that we go through this time each year as we do prepare for June 1 and the hurricane season. Never too early to prepare, never too early to have it on your mind as we get ready, of course. So we'll take a look at this forecast, kind of looking at what they're calling an above average forecast for hurricanes. I'm going to look at the numbers that they're projecting. I'm going to take a look actually at their forecast from years past, just so we can kind of compare and contrast how accurate they were. And we'll take a look at what average actually means when it comes to forecasting hurricanes and of course, the patterns that are changing that will lead to some of the forecasting. So here we go. Here is what Colorado State University, different from NOAA in their forecast. We'll wait on that as well. But what 2025 hurricane season is looking like, according to Colorado State. They're going to go with 17 named storms. Of course, that can be anything from tropical storm level all the way up to a Category 5 hurricane. But they're saying there's going to be 17 total named storms. If you look at average, 14 is average. And again, that would qualify for that above average nomenclature that they're forecasting. Hurricanes, they're saying there will be 9 hurricanes in the Atlantic Basin. The average, of course, would be 7, and they're going for 4 major hurricanes, with 3 being the average number there. Now, I want to emphasize with this forecasting, when they say an above average season or a busy season, that is just the number that developed within the Atlantic Basin, which of course includes the Atlantic Ocean, the Gulf, the Caribbean, anything that would impact the east coast of the United States or the Gulf Coast, Texas, etc. This does not forecast landfalling hurricanes, which is what truly matters when we're talking about devastation, when we're talking about what we need to be prepared for, and what truly makes a hurricane season busy for us in Jacksonville, in Florida, and beyond on the East Coast, right? So really, if you think about hurricane seasons past, you could have 20 systems or the full alphabet, getting into the Greek alphabet's worth of storms out in the Atlantic. If none hit Florida or any of our loved ones, then we'd say, well, what was the deal? If we, for instance, only have 5 or 6 hurricanes that form in the Atlantic, but one hit us directly, then for us, that's a busy hurricane season. So this does not take care of or call for how many will actually be landfalling. It just says how many will be out there through the season. And this is their forecast. And a reminder, of course, and something we'll emphasize now and throughout hurricane season, is it only takes one. So that's why we always need to be prepared no matter what the outlook. But let's look at 2024. So we saw what they were calling for here for this season. Let's see what they said in 2024. So they went well above average, very busy hurricane season for the 2024 season. They went with 23 named storms. That was the prediction. Actual storms, we had 18 named storms. They predicted 12 hurricanes. We had 11 hurricanes. Pretty good in their forecasting there. Forecasting 6 majors, we had 5. So when it comes to the busyness of the hurricane season, when it comes to the forecasting, we know last year when it came to the various storms, Milton and Helene, of course, coming directly to mind, Beryl being a very early forming Category 5 storm, you know it was busy, and their results kind of speak for themselves when we're looking at 2024. Why? Well, it's a couple of things that we're looking at here for why this is going to be above average season. One is the sea surface temperatures. We know running slightly above average when it comes to sea surface temperatures. You got to have 80-degree sea surface temperatures and above to get true hurricane development. That's typically why we say June 1 is the beginning of our hurricane season. I'm going to look at sea surface temperatures currently and here in a moment. But it's also a transition from a oscillation of water that happens naturally in the Pacific Ocean. And we are transitioning out of El Nino more towards a La Nina. While we're going to be perhaps in a more neutral phase, we will be getting closer to a La Nina. So El Nino typically means less hurricanes in the Atlantic Basin. That's because you get a buildup of really warm, wet atmospheric conditions, but warm water kind of pooling up against the Pacific side of Central America and South America. And that creates a lot of wind shear, a lot along strong vertical wind shear, because you think things moving from higher pressure to lower pressure, things moving from warmer to cooler, you get strong winds through the Caribbean, and that creates wind shear. So that's both vertical shear, and it creates more horizontal shear even as well. That would mean less hurricanes. But let's switch over to a La Nina, where on the Pacific side of things, you get fewer hurricanes, but you get the cooler and drier pooling of water, of atmospheric conditions, weaker wind shear. Okay, so we think of favorable conditions for tropical development would be less wind shear. Hurricanes, while big, mighty, powerful systems, are finicky when it comes to their kind of early phases, their development. If you get a little bit of wind shear going, you get tougher condition to form the thunderstorms, the convection that goes in and around the center of a hurricane for development. So you get more trade wind, more instability. Instability equals thunderstorms, equals tropical waves, which ultimately become depressions, tropical storms, and then thusly hurricanes. So a La Nina, while maybe more neutral phase, will be shifting closer to a true La Nina pattern. Your current sea surface temperatures. So as mentioned, you got to have 80 and above to get true hurricane development, or where there already is 80 and above in the bathwater of your Caribbean and parts of the Atlantic towards the Lesser Antilles. When you get closer up into the Western Atlantic, you still, and the Gulf of Mexico, frankly, you're still in the 70s now. So anything that did develop, if it runs into that cooler water, the hurricane weakens significantly. But it's a precursor now, while we have a Gulf already in the mid and upper 70s, that we will certainly hit that 80-degree mark very, very shortly. So let's look just kind of an overview of your 2025 Atlantic tropical season and some of the names that we'll be running into as we go through, and we begin checking off. The first would be Andrea, Barry, Chantal, Dexter, Aaron, Fernand, and Gabrielle, and so forth. Some names you may recognize from hurricane seasons past, and some will be new as other names have been retired due to be exceptionally devastating systems. Of course, NOAA will retire those names. So there's some of the names. Let's talk about hurricane frequency. I mean, when we can expect to see some of the peak of the season. Of course, it begins June 1. We have had, and certainly have had, hurricane development pre-June 1. But generally speaking, we're going to start the season June 1 and really climb into that peak, which is right there, September 10. And things, of course, right after begin to decline. So we'll be watching for that for hurricanes and tropical storms. Reminder of your Saffir-Simpson scale when we're talking about the major hurricanes that had been forecast. You're talking about winds up and over, these are sustained up and over that Category 3 mark. So a reminder for you, Category 3 and above would be what is considered your major hurricane. Date of your first tropical systems on average here, your 30-year seasonable average. First named storm generally by June 20th. So early June, don't be surprised. We'll start to see those waves, those developments. First hurricane, 30-year seasonable average is August 11th. And our first major storm is generally, on average, September 1st. But you'll remember we had Beryl, the B storm, form very fast, bombing out to Category 5 at very, very early. And as you can see, what I'm talking from 2024, we did have our first named storm June 19. So that's right on the average. 2024's first hurricane was June 29th, a week or two before, or excuse me, a month and a week before when we typically see it. And then look at that major hurricane. That was the June 29th development. So we had a hurricane, major strength a day later after it developed. That was Beryl in June 30th, obviously way before what we averagely see. So kind of wrapping up here, I want to show you one more time that in summation, your 2025, Colorado State University Atlantic hurricane season outlook. So much to continue to talk about and to prepare for, but a reminder for you, going with what's called an above average season, and you can see the averages on the right side, the forecast on the left. The prediction would be 17 named storms with 9 hurricanes, 4 major hurricanes. And I'll leave you with this thought, of course, it only takes one.